Oompa-Loompa, Doompa-Dee-Dee, what do you get when you take LSD? A great new excuse to stare at a tree. A fresh new perspective on every... Wait. I don't know if I can read, man. A fresh new perspective on everyday life. Oh yeah, here we go. So much needed time away from your wife. I just can't sing, that's what it is. I can read this, but I just can't sing. Nifty and thrifty, thoughts of your own. All this because your mind is blown. A great thing or a tragedy.
How far did we walk from the car?
Alright, no, I got more serious with this one.
Yeah.
Alright. The story is being told of the times that make me old, in the glory to behold, through the use of ergot mold. Of the great, wonderful pleasures inside these enchanted treasures are the origin of mind and spirit. Deep within you, you can hear it. To be lifted and one with God, is that really all that odd? Through LSD you are shown things from outside which are known.
Weird.
When your mind feels bent and broken, that's because it's being open.
Just think the way my life is going, like the last 8 years. It's like just how much time you can actually really happen. That's how
This is an interesting
I
idea.
think that's a crazy thought, man. If you think about your whole entire life, like really it's just
You ever, alright, what kind of things will they come out with next? Have you ever thought about that? I wrote down some things that could be like on the list of things they come out with. Or just stuff that sounds cool to rhyme.
Yeah.
A radiant color that's never been seen. A way to forever look like a young teen. Perhaps a device that can read all your brain. Such a device that would make you insane. Memories and dreams that can be recorded. Unwanted memories that can be thwarted. A 3D printer that can create foundries. A space-time continuum that has no boundaries. A way to be able to go back in time. A life I could live, but it would not be mine. Whatever creates life is what causes death. Eternal life that is lived by every breath. A certainty that brings it all understanding. A life without regrets and no reprimanding. A time before time, as if that mattered. A glamorous diamond that cannot be shattered. A floor you can walk on, but you cannot feel it. A universe... Wait, how do I pronounce this? A universe in a museum that you cannot steal it. I don't know how to read the last one. Oh my god.
It's an interesting,
Oh yeah. The shit that... Okay. When you're trying to say something to somebody that is the most important thing that you ever had to tell them, while simultaneously having no idea what it is you're trying to say, and not being sure if the person you're saying it to is just you, or if it's another person. while at the same time the feeling, how the fish feel that are in a barrel filled with water being dumped out onto concrete and being forced into the cement by the water continuing to pour out on them long after they landed there, and to feel how and then right after that to feel how Spock feels when being blasted with radiation in Star Trek II, The Wraith of Khan, for the last minute of his life, after all the water has finished dumping out of the huge barrel, at which point you notice that everything all at once is too intense to appreciate, because it's the most astonishing thing you have ever seen. And you've been knick-knacked and tic-tacked into believing that you know everything there is to know, but you could never be able to show. Something so familiar, but you could never put your finger on it, what it is, and have no idea why. You can't ever tell that the prior second to the present moment was just a second ago or an eternity ago. That's like the fucking most intense moment you could possibly have, man. It's funny that actually reminds me of, like, right now. Kinda. No, that reminds me of, like, breathing out a fucking hit of DMT. I was trying to describe that, really. But, like, in a way that, like, everyone else would really understand. Because English is the best I can do for something like this. But it's really, like, a hell of a lot more of a complex thing that I'm trying to explain. I guess really the only people who really know what I'm talking about are people who've smoked DMT. NN-DMT.
Dude, there's something about that movie that's like what feels like to me. That's been my entire life. Obviously, I'm just like.
The most fucked up thing I've ever seen, dude, is actually a video you can see on YouTube right now. I swear to God, it's the most fucked up thing I've ever seen. And you can just, if you type this in, you can actually see it. But do you really want to know what it is? Have you ever seen a Serbian film?
Yeah.
It's like way more fucked up than that, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, it's way more fucked up than that. And it's just something you can watch on YouTube. Can you believe that? They take down videos of us talking about, like, black people and shit, but they can have stuff like that up. It's if you type in Japanese fur farms or animal fur farms, it shows them hanging, what are these creatures? I don't know what they are, raccoons or something, by their rear legs. And, like, they don't even...
It's not like the position in their dirt, it's like the air that's above them, kind of thing.
No, they just hang them up without any sedatives or anything. And they just skin them alive, dude, and they're thrashing around. And the footage of it, like, it's not, like, it's real, though. It's not like a movie. This guy's, like, skinning this fucking animal alive, thrashing around. And then when the animal's fully skinned, he throws the skinned alive animal onto a pile where there's, like, torn up, skinned alive fucking whatever the hell these creatures are. Have you ever seen that video? Like, oh my god, dude, you can just watch that on YouTube? That's like...
really perfect system wave. It's really perfect.
To me, that's like more fucked up in a way than watching someone get fucked to death by a horse. I don't know, man. It's just weird you can actually watch someone skin some, like, creature on YouTube without, like, any...
Really?
Yeah. No remorse, dude. It's really disturbing. And this video has been here for a really long time. These Japanese guys, they just fucking skin these, like, hedgehogs or something, dude. Just take them out of a box and string them up by their rear legs, man, and just fucking, while they're thrashing around to skin them, and then they throw them. How can you do that to something? Oh my god, dude. And that's like, but at the same time, like, you're also there, like, watching the shit, like, you're, like, seeking out to, like, see it happen. Like, you're just as fucked up as they are, kinda. Huh?
That point you reach where, like, you flat out just can't tell.
Seriously, man. We still need some hours. We still need more hours to get back.
Everything that's changing and I have stuff to do later today, which is the idea that in itself is stupid too. Why?
No, we're doing exactly what we planned on doing, man.
No, I know, but somehow it seems like the rest of the world has a problem with that.
But does it really, or is it just you? That's the weird thing. Does the world really... I mean, if you didn't have a problem with it, you ever wonder just by thinking how much you bring on yourself? Just by thinking? Like, if you weren't ever worried nothing bad would happen, like, feeling, but for some reason you just... There's always something to be terribly worried about.
On like this girl's face, like just like she's got she's probably like supposed to be like 14 years old with like a machine gun or some crap.
I remember the scene. Did you ever see that movie, The Gook, G-I, the G-U-K, G-I?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, dude! I thought Saving Private Ryan was a. Actually, Saving Private Ryan still is, like, that movie's got some fucked up shit in it. I thought I would never see anything like that tops that until I saw the Gook GI. What a weird thought, too, that something like white phosphorus can... Something like that unfortunate. You know how much plotting it would... Just imagine how much plotting you have to do to get somebody to roast in fucking... in... What the fuck is that shit called? I can't even think of the word, man. They have this shit this dude gets roasted by in this movie. I just said I just said what it is. But this dude gets, like, fried by his skin is just melting off and shit.
Wow, that sounds terrible.
Yeah. Just think that's actually stuff that has happened. White phosphorus. You ever heard of white phosphorus? God damn. It's like something they took off the war list, like
Oh yeah.
mustard gas,
Yeah, I know.
just stuff that's too cruel.
Yeah, white phosphorus.
Fucking white phosphorus, man, that's terrible shit. I think they took those flamethrowers out. Napalm flamethrowers. Could you imagine me a napalm flamethrower? You really have to hate someone bad to like come up with that much.
It's not even really just about hate, man. It's just about knowing.
Think about how bad you have to hate someone to come up with something like a nuclear bomb. Can you believe we actually came up with nuclear bombs, dude, because we hate each other?
Yeah.
Just imagine how bad you have to hate something to be able to invent a nuclear bomb, dude. You have to, oh my god, dude, the hate. To be like, they actually invented something that should not ever be, like, man or, like, any monkey-ass species that should ever be able to invent. Just because they hate each other. It's not just monkeys throwing fucking bones at each other from trees anymore.
Torture themselves.
They can actually hate each other to the point where they can potentially, like, collapse the universe or destroy their whole world. And it's always, like, right around the corner from happening. Shit, it did happen. Just the world didn't, and we actually nuked, like, Japan twice. Holy shit.
That's so crazy.
Just imagine you're just gonna go kill 80,000 of their people because...
And somehow they're okay with it. That's what I always thought was really weird. It's like, dude, we just, like, wiped out, like... We were just, like, one of the most hardcore wars I've ever seen ever. And it's like...
Yeah, man, we've hated each other so bad.
Technology's now to the point where we can, like, keep record of it. So it's like... I don't think anything's really changed. I just think that, like, we've always been crazy. And now we're just starting to realize...
Oh, yeah, dude.
that we were crazy.
One moment that I was really starting to recognize it is that they actually talked people back in the Redcoat days to march with muskets in huge lines. They actually talked people into doing this. They walk don't shoot until you see the white in their eyes. And we're just going to stand there in a field and shoot each other down by the 100.
I don't know, whenever I see, like, a movie like that, I'm like, oh, yes. Like, I'm just imagining, like, walking out just because some
Did people really ever do that, though?
Like, some jerk-off with, like, a 10-foot-long, like, metal, like...
For some reason, I really do believe that people actually, at one point in time, did stand in a field with muskets and just shoot each other down.
Yeah.
And I believe that because I
believe that more than I believe all this digital shit.
Because I know that the attacks on Japan happened, like, for real. We actually really did nuke them twice. There's some deep-seated fucking hate.
It's like, how are they trying to act like... I feel like that's a really weird thing.
I would just run, man. I would be like, I'm not gonna march up there with my musket. I'm just gonna, like... Fuck that, dude. Stand out in a field and... oh my god, that's...
What did Wyatt Earp always used to say, man? This is trouble we don't need.
I'd be the guy that was hiding out, just trying to pick people off. And getting branded in the cheek with a C. You know how they, like, branded your cheek with a C? Did you ever hear about that?
Seed?
Yeah, no, with a C, for being a coward, for running. Because people actually did that.
I don't remember that.
No, that's just what they were known to do in history.
Oh.
People who would desert, like, just run, who, like... For people who realized that it wasn't...
Desertion, yeah.
For people who realized it wasn't... For people who suddenly came to the realization that standing in a field, shooting each other with rifles, isn't a good idea. Those people are the ones that... For the people who bailed on that, are the ones that... I mean, just imagine how fucking lost it... of a time that in history that is.
That is crazy. about, like...
I'm so glad we actually exist now, and given, like, what...
We can keep records.
All these stories of what history has been.
It's like liquid, but... Like a silver liquid. Weird.
You mean if you were to see your memories in a liquid pool?
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude.
You just like combine everything together in a really realistic way.
No, I know what you were talking about. You can like dip into the thickness of...
Makes you wonder, man, all these people, like, just hear all these supposed stories and these people catching all these imaginary diseases and stuff, like, for, like, thousands of years, and, like, we're just like, how do we even know any of this is real? I'm actually kind of worried, man. I'm, like, having a hard time, like...
It's so weird. If you really think about it, you actually don't know what's real.
No, and the problem...
The stuff that they... It's like you get out of school and they realize that the pyramids weren't built by slaves dragging boulders. Like,
yeah, but I mean, can you actually...
Did they teach you that in school, that the pyramids were built by slaves?
Yeah.
Dragging...
Well, no, they didn't, but, I mean, I don't know.
They taught us that like, that was the most important lesson we could learn, is that who built the damn pyramids all through high school. It was like we had for 4 years there was a class. It was called Humanities.
Yeah.
Humanities and Language Arts, and you just go in there and study, like, stuff that when you, like, look at it from outside of that school is just... They just can't admit that they don't know. So they have to make up this bullshit. Because people can't just admit they really have no fucking idea what history is. You just have to take what people give you, like, yeah, this is what happened. I wasn't there in 9/11. I wasn't there when, like, the nuclear bombs got dropped. It's like all just thoughts in your head, like... These are times that really existed in the liquid of your race. You just weren't present when it happened. Or were you?
Right.
Maybe I was present when... Yeah, that's liquid energy of the mind. You can actually see the fucking energy. I'm gonna close my eyes. I don't need to record this.
I feel like I really need to take a piss, but I don't know how. Does it make sense to you? I know that's even like...
Actually, no, that doesn't. It sounds like you're too lazy to do it, but like,
Yeah,
holy shit if you're serious.
Way too lazy.
Holy shit if you were serious. But yeah, that actually happens to people, man. They just lose it. You yourself have to be able to fucking pick the pieces up every time. It's a fun task.
I don't even know what the fuck we are, what the hell's going on.
I mean, what a fun task, dude. Being like all torn apart. It's like putting a puzzle together. Like the puzzle of your life.
Yeah.
Like right when you get it all built, like some fucking... It takes an acid and you scrambles it up and you just have to put it back together. We are so fortunate that nobody has gone by.
Probably have.
Not really.
Oh my god. I have to pee really badly. I have no idea where to do that at. I feel like inside of a mountain. There's somebody who would do something like that right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to try to figure out?
There's a bush right over there.
I'm like on the side of the fucking mountains.
Here. I'm gonna stop recording and do it along with you to make it easier. Oh, I've actually seen Ryan, Micah, and Mike's work quit smoking completely after tripping acid one time. All of them smoked, and then they tripped acid and they quit smoking.
I totally could see that.
That is just weird, dude. This acid and smoking have something like that I have seen in people. Like, for some reason, acid is really well known to like break those kinds of habits.
It's a really weird feeling to try to describe.
Trying to break those habits, or just having them in general.
Having them in general.
I think everyone has them. Just
I think everybody has ups and downs in their life. That's just the way life is.
Yeah.
That's another one of those things. It's like,
I take tramadol for mine. You smoke cigarettes.
yeah, everybody has their thing.
People who don't do that stuff, they go and do exercises.
Yeah, it's like, you know, even
It's the same damn
my
thing.
wife, she like doesn't drinking and smoking. She's like so against it that it's like. Every now and then I see,
That's just how you deal with life. Like,
right?
tell her to go do her exercises. But I could, at the same time, see why she doesn't want you smoking around the kids.
But I also could see it from the hippie with a cloud full of smoke right in front of their face. I could see both. I could see
I can too.
you know.
That's why I would never have kids.
I think that's the weirdest thing about doing this is that like you can see the beginning and the end all at once. Doesn't it seem like that's like kind of like the way life is? It's where
I can't believe so many people accidentally have kids. Mike, like, he accidentally had 2. I believe him the first time, but how out of it do you have to be to, like, accidentally, like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Just because it's not going along with, like, the way your life was at one point.
That's most of the reason why I'm gay. I've only blasted my load in like, unprotected vaginas, like, just a handful of times. And when I did, I was thinking, like, I was fully aware of it, no matter how fucked up I was, man. Like, oh my god.
Yeah,
If this actually gets into them and
everybody
they...
has their thing. Yeah, I mean, but it's just...
It's just the responsibility I could never sign on for.
Responsibility, yeah, I think that's exactly the best way to put it. There's no other way to say it, it's just responsibility. It's hard, man.
Yeah. But I can feel that my parents, like, want to see me have kids and all that shit.
You know that feeling, like, right when you, like, wake up in the morning?
They're probably so let down that I don't have kids. I can just feel that energy, man.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I get where you're coming from. I get that.
I can just feel that my dad was, like, that figures that Jason's, like, gay and, like, that he won't have kids. Because I'm kind of taking that, like, having grandkids away type thing away from him.
Yeah, humans, I'm not even, there's a reason why people have, like, PhDs in human psyche. I think people are just, they're infinite.
They really are, dude. There's, like...
There's no way, you can't
I just don't want to sign on for all that shit.
He considers himself to be like actually sane.
I could go along with... That's what people get like guided into doing, is getting married, having kids.
Yeah, I know.
Go along, take pictures with these people.
And I feel like I just wake up every morning and just like I'm being pulled in 1,000 different directions. Like all, you know what? On even more basic scale.
Houston bet me when I was a kid $100.
Explosion, the matter, the actual atoms that change from like one chemical process to another. I think that's what this kind of like lets you to really see, like that second, that moment in life. That's kind of like what, I don't know, man. It's kind of really.
I don't know if I ever told you about this, but me and Houston made a bet when we were like 10 years old. He bet me that I would be married $100 by the time I was 30. And we talked about it. We were playing Magic. I think we were like 27. And I was like, so I think it's pretty safe to say that I probably won that bet. He was like, yeah, but that was a long time ago. He seemed like really bothered by the fact that I was bringing it up with David sitting there. It's like, well, you were kind of betting against me, like, as a person at that time.
Isn't that kind of what life is?
He just
on some level?
bailed on the... We shook on it and everything bet.
Really?
Yeah. It was like a real bet.
Dude, I don't think I've ever made very many.
But he didn't want to pay up when it... But, you know, it's like... We were like 27 or 28 when we were playing Magic. We never got together when I was 30 and been like... But it was that same feeling.
Weird. So weird that, like, that's like...
We just called it off, though.
I think it's weird, it's like...
I was just like, it's not a big deal, man. We just won't... I don't really need that $100 from you. Let's just take it as something that neither of us will ever forget. And that I brought it up when David was sitting in front of us. And then I'm telling everyone that sees this about it.
Life is kind of fucked up.
What being
People forget that. I think that's kind of the whole point of this, really, is to try to control something you can't. That's all this really comes down to. It's just life in general. I mean, I'm thinking about like.
It seems like you did actually have control over it to begin with, and you just chose it to the. Like when you have everything all like set out and ordered, you just took it and scrambled it up anyways.
Dude, I'm so glad.
I could swear I've had like everything figured out, and then like. That I just.
I'm so glad that little square box next to you is like.
What?
Keeping track of how crazy you have been.
But I did also want to record what is to be said about this place. It's like inside your mind. Oh my God, dude. Can you be seeing what I'm seeing right now? You ever wonder if we're seeing the same thing right now? Or are we the same person in general?
Yeah, I think everybody feels that way.
Dude, I'm not even sure I'm a separate thing than you right now.
I'm not even sure. Yeah, I know you.
I can remember this, man. What's that? feeling. This familiarity. It's like always there, always. How does it always have that, like impossible to behold moment? That is just weird, man, that there's like no moment where you can just freeze it and like that's the moment you can read everything from there on as.
Yeah.
It's like everything is, oh my god.
You know what I realized about people in general? I think people really...
That shit isn't inside your mind, dude. It's an actual other dimension. There's no way, there's no way that this can just be like...
Dude, the stuff that I like hear about in the news every day, like, I don't know, man, that kind of stuff, like, I can't even believe it's reality.
Who gives a fuck what reality is with your eyes open? Look what it is when it's closed. Are your eyes closed?
Yeah.
Wow, dude. Unbelievably astonishing, man. Just think that some people actually go through their whole lives without having any idea of anything like this. Could you imagine living your whole life and not knowing about any of this? That actually happens to people. They really try to hammer that shit in hard on people that... to not let your own thinking in. To not let your own, like... to not look into the fucking cybersonic electroplasmonic universe. It's like the... forbidden fruit or something, dude. It's like the stuff they write about in the Bible. The stuff that doesn't need words.
Yeah, we just kind of give each other like the same look and everybody knows that we're screwed. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't even really, like what point of life, you know, it doesn't matter what aspect you can throw that out. It's screwed because it's cold as shit. Yeah, I mean...
It's not, though.
To me. It's so weird how...
You can put my coat on.
No, I mean, that's not even going to make any difference, I don't think. I mean, that's what's going on.
Even if it were cold, man, I just... Why is such a place like this, like, so not known about? Like, all you have to do is close your eyes, but just by closing your eyes, dude, you never see. There's like keys to enchanted gardens that only certain people hold for some reason.
Yeah.
Because think about how many times in your life you've closed your eyes and you just can't get like access to this kind of like information. You need like special privileged gardening or passage from from God to be able to like, this is like express permission shit to get to see this.
I agree.
What the fuck, dude? It's like it's the city of Indigo Arcadia. It's like the just is universe. That somehow people don't know about, but really all you have to do is close your eyes with the key in your hand.
Whenever you often like hear people talking about like crazy people don't know they're crazy.
Dude, all you have to do is close your eyes to see this, but the keys just... I wrote some shit down about this I wanted to read you.
Really?
Yeah, dude. That's why I brought that. Yeah. Last time I left your house, when I got home, I wrote down some shit. Exactly the same I'm feeling now. About how Spock being like blasted with radiometric energy dying and
Weird feeling.
like it's how the fish feel that are being dumped out of a barrel. Then the fish just get plopped onto the concrete. I wrote it down really well, man.
Whoa. That's an interesting way to think about it.
Yeah, dude, I want to read you some shit.